Gonna make this quick, short, simple video. Doing some more studying and going over the clinicals. And I've already passed all the quizzes, which was like a 60, question quiz, just like the exam, and I made an 87, almost an A. And but I have to say, okay, so we have personal care that we have to do, and these personal cares are basically segments that we got to do. That is like peri-care, which is like cleaning the genitals, occupied bed, which is someone's laying in the bed, you need to change the sheets. You have mouth dentures, where people have false teeth. You're in a room, you get their teeth, you clean it for them, put it in a cup and all that. You have dressing them in bed. There's a hand and nail cleaning procedure. There's a bedpan. There is a bed bath. There's a foot care, and a catheter care, and a mouth teeth. Basically brushing somebody's teeth. Now, going through all this, there's all these procedures, and there's something like 20 different personal care things that we can be tested on. They're only going to choose 3. Okay, and I could tell you this: I took notes all during class, asking students, asking the teacher, and I have repetitively been told misinformation. Okay, the book that I have, that it's just like this. It's in my backpack right now, but it's just like this. It's the required book you have to take to the class. Okay, and we went through this whole. We didn't go through very much of any of this book, but maybe like a few paragraphs. The rest of it was this teacher who claims to be a teacher, who, in my opinion, is one of the worst teachers to ever have been teaching in a class, especially for this type of class. Very skipping chapters, going back and forth, and not only that, but vocally making it as miscommunicated as possible, so that I'm like jaded all over the place. All the students in the class, 5 other students, seem to already know everything that's already going on, like they're already CNAs. I have asked several students in the class, how much supplies do I need to do a brush teeth denture, brushing the teeth denture, getting the dentures. You need 1 cup, you need a toothpaste, a toothbrush, an emesis basin, gum, clean, sponge, dentures, the denture cup, 1 large towel. So I wrote down the supplies that I need in each one. And what I did is, see, like I even wrote it here, like a partial bed bath, which is giving somebody like a bed bath in the bed, is 6 towels, 3 large towels. So I wrote this information in the beginning of class, and then I refined my notes to write in really neat and organized, so I structurally can study my own personal studies, so that I can pass the exam and how I understand it, and it's easier for me. But I take quick notes, not to hold anybody back, and then I'll take the notes. When I'm refining my notes, I noticed at least 5 or 6 of them. First they told me it was 5 towels you need. Then they told me it was only 4 towels you need. Then they told me it was only 3 towels I need. And I asked one of the students, I said, they're going to make sure we have the correct amount of supplies when we walk into the exam skills room, because I'm not nervous about the academic test. I think that I'm going to pass that just fine. I really do. I think I'll pass it. I feel pretty confident. I'm going to do a lot more studying, obviously. I haven't really done any studying this weekend. I took a break this weekend. But today, like I said, we're supposed to go to clinicals, but it was a day off today. I don't know why they postponed it until tomorrow. So anyway, the academics test, I believe I'll pass. What's going to be very challenging to me is the skills actually working on a person in the exam room, where we're going to actually perform the skills test. Like, okay, so do a nail hand cleaning on somebody. You know, you get your towel, make sure you put a towel on the table, you get your basin, which is the water, you dip it in water, check the temperature, you let them check the temperature, you wash their hands, let it soak in water, lotion, clean the dirt underneath the nails, use a nail filer, and make sure you have gloves, and so on, right? We don't actually trim nails, because that's the nurses that do that, or the doctors, or the nurses, to my understanding. The nurses only do that. We're not allowed to because of injuries. And I say this because when we go into the exam room, which is the skills, like the actual person that we're going to, I really believe at this point I'm going to fail. Like, because even if I mostly remember, I don't know how they deduct points and all these different things, but I know that I can memorize at least most of it. Maybe I'll be off a towel or two, you know, to take care of this, you know, procedures. Like if they tell me to do a cath care cleaning, you know, I got to know 6 towels, you know, 6 small towels and 2 large towels, water, gloves, and basin. You know, each towel, you know, is for each swipe. You're wiping the direction below, partial bed bath, and so on. It's the reason I feel very unconfident that I'll pass it is because the information and how we were being taught in class. I'm watching this video right now. Okay, I'm watching this video. And what they're showing on here is much more professional and much more accurate and much more the way that you're actually supposed to do it. I've already caught like probably 40% of the material on these videos that you're supposed to do a brushing teeth or a foot care that wasn't even shown or wasn't even explained, or the food, feeding to a person wasn't even explained in the class and was missing a lot of steps. Now, do I listen to what this teacher says, or do I listen to what seems to be from a medical video on YouTube that's telling me, okay, so this is what you do? But to my understanding, in the final exam skills, okay, this is where you actually go to a person and work on them, you only do 1 foot instead of 2. In my opinion, I really feel that whoever designed these classes wasn't really thinking this all out, because if you want to teach students to work on people, you want to do the whole thing. You want to do both feet and make sure that you do the skills and then leave, not just 1 foot. And when they start saying things like, oh, when you're using dentures, just make sure, in the exam, in a skills exam, you're just going to use, regular toothpaste or whatever they tell you. But in real life, you're going to use special toothpaste for the dentures because they create smells if you use regular toothpaste. Well, like, what do you mean? What do you mean I go into an exam room and I just wait and see what the CNA exam person tells me? Because that doesn't make any sense to me. They're just to make an observation, to my understanding, to see how well we perform, and then they either grade us or they don't grade, whatever, however they grade us. And it's very upsetting to me because I spent a lot of money. I've spent 2 hours taking a bus, and this information has been extremely, and I'm not exaggerating, this is on top of like talking about my dead sister, my dead dad, biological father Hector, talking about Michaela, talking about my mother, my father that died many years ago, and taking my mother's money. Like, they know ins and outs to everything, and playing very dirty, sick psychology games while I'm in the class. But aside from everything that's going outside of class, but that's really bad as well. But it's, this doesn't seem like a legitimate class. Like, I don't know why this is being allowed, how anyone can, I paid money to go and get these vaccines, and I have to pay money again for the American Heart Association so that I can, get a BLS, which is basic life support, and we actually did a face-to-face, procedure and all this other shit, as opposed to, because I'm getting so much, I'm being told wrong information intentionally from the Richland College, from the program director, from the teacher itself. I don't feel like I can trust the students very much because I'm really dependent, and when any of them get attitudes, it's just like, you're supposed to be working as a team to take care of patients, to make it easier for us, but mostly for the residents. And that's very frustrating because it seems to me they kind of just do the way that they want to do things when they're there. Like when I'm in this nursing home that I'm working at with people with dementia and Alzheimer's and various different types of mental memory loss, I haven't made one bed. I haven't done anything. We really just kind of feed the people and kind of just help people walk back and forth to certain locations, kind of participate in their hokey pokey dance downstairs, and that's pretty much it. But I try to make myself as useful as I can, so that I'm like disinfecting the air, because we're not doing much. So, which is, I guess, not so bad, but that may be part of the clinicals, is just to be observant of the patients, the residents. But it's very frustrating because, I do stay, try to stay disinfected, or, I make sure everybody's okay. But it's very frustrating because I have to take the skills exam, and I should be able to know that the information that's being told to me in class, that's not even coming from, we're not even going from the book. Like, the teacher said, like, oh, but they made me pay $50 for the class book, and he's required to be in the class. And the teacher's not even the teacher's reading it off like the YouTube, or reading it off some other website. I'm like, this is the book that's supposed to be in the class, and you're not reading the book or teaching it directly from the class so we understand this. But the way the teacher is teaching it has nothing to do with my learning abilities. The teacher has the intentions so that I fail the test, so that it's very difficult. I don't want to attend class. I don't want to be there. I build this frustration. I build this animosity, and it's all the negative components to say, I don't want Hector here, and he's going to go DJ. And I told him he's going to do this because I need to train him not to like this and do this anymore. And this is how I'm going to get away with what I'm going to take advantage of my position to harm this student. And that's how I feel about the circumstances. I know this person can't be they said they're a nurse. I don't think they're a nurse. There's no way they can be a registered nurse. There's not. And I would be terrified this person could probably kill patients, or I would never want that person to be in the medical field for any kind of fucking reason. That person is not a good fit for any of that. But I say this because I'm watching this videos, and it's frustrating because I'm looking at my notes. I'm like, and I'm watching this video, right? And it's very different types of bed sheet cleaning and whatnot. And it's a 3-hour video. I watched about an hour, and I'm catching countless steps that were never explained in the class. They were never explained in the class. Like, why is this person showing us what's as an exam on this video? And there's a huge portion of this is not being told about. When I go to the skills exam, this is what they're going to be expecting. I'm paying, and I'm showing up to class, taking a 2-hour bus trip to get here. I'm trying to be successful. I pass the quizzes. I really don't know what to say. I'm trying my best. I'm praying to God that I'm going to be allotted. All I know is that I don't know what's going to happen. I got less than 2 weeks. There's about 7 more class days left. 6 days. So we have 4 days this week and then 2 days next week. So that's 6. I don't know, since today we didn't go to class, if it counts as like an off day or something. I don't know what they're going to do, or they're just going to add a day to Friday, which I think they're probably going to do. But there's 6 days of class that I have left, and it's clinicals, okay? And you know, I'm just know that I'm showing up there and I hope that I can pass. It's not to say that I'm going to fail this test, the skills exam, where I'm actually with a person and I'm going to fail it. And it's upsetting because I don't know what they're grading on. But if the teacher isn't explaining, is just not wanting to teach, and has it different intentions, then that's all the fingers that are pointing say you're not going to pass the test, or I don't want you to pass the test. I don't want you to be here. I don't want you to choose this career because it's a personal situation. So I don't know really what to do. All I know is I can study my notes, and hopefully when I get there, it's not as brutal as it is to remember what materials and how it's graded, or however they follow the procedures with. But there's supposed to be 3, like, that they're going to choose from out of this, like, category of 20. And that's, you know, I don't know if you could get very many people that can remember. That's a lot of material to remember in one visit. You know exactly, like the bed sheet lining is one bed fitting sheet, 1 pair of gloves, 1 pillowcase, 1 towel, 1 bed regular sheet, Pericare, 6 towels, 4. I mean, when you go each through one of these, and this you need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 3 of these and 2 of these. Now this one you're going to need 1 of these, 3 of these, and 4 of these. Now this one you're going to need 4. That's like almost kind of remembering a high level digit number. It's not the same as the material, but as you're reading, you know, literature and trying to remember something. But at least for me it is. But you know, so I thought I'd make a video on this. Hopefully that elaborates. I'm gonna go through these videos, skim through these videos, continue to try to learn, because I need to pass these skills tests. And it's very frustrating because, you know, I'm attending these classes with all the positive intentions, and I can't do anything about this. Whoever put that individual there, and the team that's doing this, should have never allowed this to happen. If I fail the skills, clinical skills exam, because they take us to a room, we take the academic, and we go to another room or another academic center to take the clinicals, where you walk into a room. There is me and 1 other student, and there is a ENA, which is evaluating nursing assistant, and the nursing assistant with like a clipboard, and they basically tell us, okay, we're going to choose 3, and they just say, okay, do a hand care cleaning. And so we have to then do the whole steps of procedure in front of a real person. They're grading us, and you have to pass that test. And if you pass that, then I'm not so worried about the academics, but it's very frustrating when I'm being told different information 3 or 4 different times about how to do a partial bed bath, and I'm being told different numbers of towels. You know, I'm being jaded with this information, and I'm expected to pass the class. You know, and here I am studying even more when I know this class is easy. This class is a lot more simple and easy than it really is. It seems to be, and I know it is. It's because the way that the person has the intentions to say, you know, they don't believe that I should have a chance at college, that I'm going to go to some sort of, because they're involved in my personal life and they think some sort of music career or whatever. But like I said, I'm trying to go to college. I'm doing my best. All I know is I hope that a God can guide me and give me a chance to go to college, earn something, achieve an education. But I can't do anything if these people are going to be this way. I mean, there's nothing that I can do. If I fail this class, I have to take the entire, if I fail the academics or the skills, either one of them, if I pass the academics and fail the skills, I have to take the entire course all over again. The entire course. I will have to take the entire course all over again. That's 7 weeks. What is it? Yeah, 7 weeks. I had to take the whole full 7 weeks all over again just to take the exam and academic test again. and like I said, I plan to enroll in a patient care technician class, which is at Cedar Valley College, just far south of Dallas. The paratransit can drive me there from where I'm living now. So that's what I plan to do. That doesn't start until September 1st. So if I can't pass this class, what I'll probably do, but don't know yet, is I'm going to try to do like what I think the teacher did mention, something like a PRN or like call-on basis. So I apply at a nursing home and they'll just call me when they need me. So it may be like 2 days a week, 3 days, and I'll earn some money and I'll get to work in the environment. Or I'll just apply there and work 5 days a week for whatever, 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, and then I'll quit my job to go back to class. So that's what I plan to do. But there's a chance that even if I do pass this class, I may not want to go ahead and take a class to go and start working, because it's only a month period. But I have to figure out what I'm going to do. I have to figure out, because it's not to say they're going to, the hiring process is usually not right away. You go there and apply. It takes like another week for them to call and all this good stuff. So I need the money really bad so that I can support myself and eat healthy. I'm trying to take care of myself, and I'm really good at it, but I don't know who's coming into my room and they're putting loads of fucking roaches all over my tables and there's nothing then for them to feed off of. So someone's breaking into my room and intentionally doing something to put roaches so that I can't eat in my bean pot, and I can't cook, where I'm trying to eat as healthy as I can, my beans and vegetables. So then I have to go spend money at a market. It's very frustrating. So anyway, I thought I'd make this video. I hope it's useful. I hope it's helpful. It's just very frustrating, because the skills, clinical stuff, I have to pass. And I really feel at this point I'll fail it, because if they say, okay, do a partial bed bath, like at this point I don't even know if I can remember all this stuff, and get the right amount of towels and blankets and how much they deduct, because I can get the basis of all of it, but I don't know how they go through the motions of grading. So anyway, I thought I'd make a video on this. Praying, hoping to God that I can be successful, pass this class, and just endure what is being thrown at me, and so I can pass this class and I can be ready for September 1st to be in the patient care technician class, which is to allow me to work in hospitals, because I can't work at the same hospital where I had my bone marrow transplant having a CNA license. I have to have a patient care technician that I can able to work there, or I can at least work in Parkland, which is like the biggest, fanciest hospital in the U.S. So they have so much employment there. But hopefully this informs, kind of knows what's going on, and